Okay, this is the Monday video for week 2. Topics this week are going to be deriving some partial differential equations that arise in various applications and just giving some ideas about what's happening, where some of these PDEs come from. 2, as a part of that, we're going to look at quasi-linear equations. Now, quasi-linear equations are equations that are not linear, but the way that they're not linear is still very structured, and they're very open. They're still very open to doing the method of characteristics, very similar to how we've been looking at them so far. But we're going to encounter some very interesting phenomenon. In particular, we're going to look at what happens if characteristics collide, or what happens if there's part of the xy or the xt plane where a characteristic doesn't pass through. Okay, these are going to be called shock waves and expansion waves, and we'll talk about what the physical meaning of them are. We're also going to look at some fully nonlinear equations. These are nonlinear. These are nonlinear equations that aren't even quasi-linear. So they're just kind of really messy equations. And we're still going to use a method of characteristics to analyze them. But as we will see, it's going to be just a little more challenging. Okay, I just want to point out one thing. So by the way, the discussions I think are going great. I think there's a lot of good stuff going. You guys are answering each other's questions well. You guys are asking great questions, so I love how the discussions are going. I added this test discussion. I want to just use this as a way to try to nail down a time pretty soon for when we're going to have the exam. So I want it to be Monday, June 26th, unless there's just, overwhelming, unless there's just an overwhelming number of students who don't want to have it then. That sort of gives you the weekend to study. This is also when my 412 class is having their exam. Their exam is from noon to 1:25 on that day. So I will let you guys take your exam during that time, noon to 1:25. For those who can't make it, I would also like to have an evening time that day. I don't know when it is, so that's basically what I want to discuss. A good time, one good 95-minute block where we can have the exam. I said 1:25, that should be 1:35. I want to find one sort of 95-minute block where we can have the exam, and just put all your times in Central Standard Time. And hopefully with those two options, everybody will have a time where they can take the exam. All right, I will see you guys in the videos and the discussion.